welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Ole Miss Rebels 17, Mississippi State Bulldogs 7 in the Egg Bowl for 2023. Week 13 of the season, State finishes 5-7 with a chance to get in the bowl through APR. They're not bowl eligible through game wins. That's how the season went. 1-7 in the conference. 1-7 in the conference. Jesus, thank God we beat Arky. Well, I guess not, but, whatever. Ole Miss, they started pretty slow. Ole Miss takes home the egg, though, but they started pretty slow, and I thought, well, maybe State has a chance. Not exactly. First quarter, no score, 0-0 at the end of the first. Mississippi State stonewalls Ole Miss throughout the whole first quarter. They get a field goal from Caden Costa, 36-yard field goal. Their first 3 points. 5 drives and only 3 points. No touchdowns. 3-0. Mississippi State has a field goal at the last seconds of the second half. Kyle Ferry misses it, pushes it wide. It ends up 3-0. But Ole Miss only picks up 3 points in 2 quarters. And you're like, well, damn. State could win this game. Man, if they could actually have got something going on offense, they would actually be winning by a good bit. And they were outgaining them. They only had 2 less first downs at the half. He thought, damn, they're actually playing a really good game. Then, in the third quarter, Will Rogers with a 1-yard touchdown run, punches it in after his 5-yard run. Ended up being short. He punches it in, finishes his dinner, 3-7. They get the extra point. Then Quinshawn Judkins, Ole Miss answers back. Quinshawn Judkins gets to the end zone, 3-yard touchdown run. He punches it in, 10-7, reaches over and in, 10-7 Ole Miss. And then in the fourth quarter, Mississippi State has the ball. They get it back. They have a 4th and 1. They don't try to convert it. And that's where the game started to go in just absolute tailspin. Fourth quarter, the only points of the fourth quarter was Caden Prescorn with a 26-yard touchdown catch. Big fake, a hard fake from Jackson Dart, leads to the 4th down, over the top touchdown. Prescorn gets in at 17-7, and that's the way it would end. Mississippi State holds up Ole Miss for the rest of the game, but Mississippi State could not score in their ensuing 2 drives after that touchdown. And a PI pushes them back. Kyle Ferry misses a 50-yarder. They could have easily gave them a 7-point deficit. They would have scored on the next drive, scored a touchdown. They would have had the lead. Or not had the lead, but they would have tied it up. But that didn't happen. They didn't get a quick touchdown on their next drive. Ole Miss runs the clock out at 17-7 final. And damn, Ole Miss does enough to win. They weren't great. They weren't the good Ole Miss we thought they would be. They weren't the great Ole Miss we thought they would be in this game. We saw the Ole Miss that struggled, that Jackson Dart didn't play well. We saw Ole Miss that, frankly, didn't want to win the game either. But Mississippi State just shot themselves in the foot offensively more times than not. Kyle Ferry, if he had those 6 points, that would have been 13 points. We would have only been down 4. Still would have had to score a touchdown, but I like our chances, Mississippi State, once they started getting it on offense, the defense fell apart. The defense was amazing until the offense started getting it. Then the defense fell apart. Then the offense fell apart again because it was like, damn, we had the momentum and pissed it away. And they felt like, well, damn, if the Ole Miss offense is starting to kick on and we can't catch up, and then not going on that 4th and 1 legitimately ruined the momentum. If State goes for it on that 4th and 1 and doesn't get it, at least Ole Miss has a short field. You have more time to make a comeback. Still would have been 17-7. Still would have been 17-7. You would have more time to make a comeback. It makes it easier for you. If you miss it, if you get the first down, you still have a drive going and you're only down, of course, 3 points. So, again, you only need a touchdown or a field goal to tie it up and a touchdown to win. With how this game went, if they would have went for 4th down, if State would have went for the 4th down and got it, I think they win this game. I think they would have kept the momentum, but they stupidly let the momentum go. They let the momentum go. They let Ole Miss have the game. And that's the worst part, is State legitimately could have won this game. Not easily, but they score on that drive. They score on that drive. They get the 4th down. They go for it on 4th and 1. They get it. They score on that drive. They could have easily won this game. This game would have been a whole lot different. But Greg Knox chose to kick it, trust his defense, and his defense, after giving up a touchdown to Quinshon Judkins, gives up another. And they played well besides that, those 2 drives. And I guess the field goal drive. There were 3 drives where State's defense got beaten. And that's all that needed. That's all Ole Miss needed. And you would think, oh, they only got beat on 3 drives. You would think that State would win. And Will Rogers had an amazing game. He had a game similar to his Leachian years. I thought, personally. They finally let him start to throw. Could have done that in week 3. But he actually made some good throws. If he would have actually read the field instead of trying to zone in on one guy, I think he would have done better. That's one thing. But Will Rogers, I didn't think he played too badly. I thought he played well coming off of injury in that game against Southern in a real game. I thought he played well. But it just wasn't meant to be. Woody Marks, I thought he played well. I think the PIs were BS. I should say the OPI was BS. If you're going to call that on that, you call that every play. Because every time there's going to be a pick. You want to call that a pick? A legal pick? Everybody does it. So Tulu got BS'd. We should have had a 1st down. Also, let's remember that. Which that's what led to the missed field goal in the end. After picking up some more yards. Then, a missed PI on our last drive should have gave us a 1st down. Closer to the end zone. On Tulu. But they didn't call it. I'd say the refs wanted Ole Miss to win this game. They wanted to go home and eat some damn leftovers. If they didn't eat an early dinner, maybe just eat dinner in general. But, again, I didn't think either of those. I didn't think the PI, the OPI, was PI. I didn't think the non-PI wasn't. I thought it was PI. So how do you miss that, is my question. So, State got screwed twice late in the game as well by the refs. They did get They got some call, delay a game. Yeah, they got a delay a game call as a make-back call, but it didn't do anything. And State loses to Ole Miss. Once again, the Golden Eggs going back to Oxford, but you hate to see how it went down. I mean, I expected State, I'm not saying I expected State to lose, but that was the overarching theme, was that, hey, State has no chance. I mean, you're not wrong. Or I wouldn't say you weren't wrong, but if you look at it on paper, yes. Now, the Egg Bowls game played with crack cocaine infused into it. Like, the Egg Bowl, anything can happen. So I don't listen to what's on paper because I know anything can happen. Hell, it was crazy because there was barely any points scored. It was a defensive slugfest for most of it. I didn't think that was going to be the craziness, but that was. So even then, it's still crazy, even if it's boring. But the Egg Bowl is not something that you're like, oh, you know what, this is obvious. No, never bet on it. You want to lose money? Yeah, that's the quickest way to do it, is bet on the Egg Bowl. You'd be a damn idiot to do it. You'd be a damn fool. You would be a damn fool to bet on the Egg Bowl. Absolutely. But, again, the game's infused with crack cocaine. Anything can happen. And that's why I thought State could win. And then State plays great defense. I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe they will. And then they blew it. But you know what? That's life. That's football. And sometimes it's gridiron football. And that's what it is. Ole Miss, they did enough. Congratulations. Good game. Enjoy the Golden Egg for another year before we come and take it from Oxford. Because for some reason, the away team wins more than not in this series. It's weird. Over the past 10 years, it's been mostly the away team that wins in the series. There's been one home win. I think 2020 was a home win, and then State went back-to-back in 18 and 19. So we kept it at home, then we lost it in Oxford, but you know what I mean. I think that's about it. Yeah, so. Recently, yeah, it's been more of the away team wins. It's another Kentucky situation. It's another Kentucky situation with us. As you know, we normally lose to Kentucky on the road, normally beat them at home. I would say would win at home, but we ruined that this year. That's how bad we were. So, yeah, there you go. So, Mississippi State, Will Rogers, you tried your best. It just wasn't enough. Good game to Ole Miss. And that's what I gotta say. So if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you tomorrow for the predictions of the CONCACAF Central American Cup Final, the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup Final, and third place match, third place tie. So that's what we got, because we ain't got much more time to do it if we don't do it tomorrow. So, and I may be live for a top 50. I don't know. I don't know if I'll do my top 50 songs on the channel this year. But if I do, maybe I'll just do it as a full-on special. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do it as a full-on special like on Christmas Eve. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Especially if the schedule's effed up by State playing an earlier bowl, you know. May do it. Actually, that's a good idea. Maybe, or Christmas Eve, I should say. Not Christmas Eve, but Christmas Eve, like a 23rd, the night of the 23rd. Maybe I'll do that. I think that's a better idea. What do we say? So with that being said, there you go. Actually, that's a better idea. But I will definitely be here tomorrow for the CONCACAF Gold Cup, or CONCACAF Central American Final, Caribbean Cup Final, and third place predictions. So I'll see you tomorrow. Congratulations, Ole Miss. Commiserations, Mississippi State. We'll get it back next year. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.